So mental health, usually when we talk about the idea of mental health, it's the idea that we are able to regulate our emotions, interact appropriately with other people, form meaningful relationships, basically building a great sense of self. And right now that seems to be something we all struggle with at various points in our lives. So I believe that here at IAL we are so lucky because all of our teachers are so unique. I've never worked at a place where all of the teachers were such unique personalities with unique perspectives and the ability to kind of reach different kids from where they're at. Normally it feels like the school that I would work at would have like the same sort of identity where you kind of all of your teachers were all the same, and if they were the kind of person you couldn't really relate to, then who do you go to? But we don't have that here. I feel that when our teacher meetings, we're constantly talking about, well, what's the best way to help our students? And in our grade meetings, in our department meetings, all of the time we're just worried about what's the best way that we can reach each individual student. And so I do think that the teachers here not only care, especially in their own very unique and individual ways, but that we, as that individual and as a group and a community that loves and cares about each other, we do, I think, a great job of at least trying to reach as many people as possible.
I think the awareness for the IAL students around mental health is increasing. I've been with the school a little over 5 years now, and I've seen it increase each year, which is a wonderful trend to be following and watching kids become more aware and them starting their own conversations as a way to ask for help or to seek information so that they feel like they have things that are real to sort of think about as they're considering how they feel, and also learning that others are feeling the same way has become extremely powerful.
So from my experiences here, I feel like a lot more people deal with depression and anxiety more than they realize. Depression is tricky like that. Like a lot of the time we think it just means that someone's really sad or maybe they don't want to eat, but depression can show itself in so many different ways. It could be suddenly you lose interest in something that meant so much to you and now you never want to do it anymore. And anxiety can sometimes just feel like you're so overwhelmed that you don't know what's the next step, and it's the simplest thing in the world and you just feel like an idiot. If you're ever feeling these things, understand that you're not alone, and a lot of us suffer from that. I myself suffer from that too. And so we as a community are really well equipped to try to help each other out and be a good support system.
Specifically with teenagers, as a counselor, I've noticed that anxiety is definitely one issue that exists among the students that I work with. And it doesn't have to be some kind of disorder or anything. Like anxiety exists in all kids. It could be coming from a test or something that's happening in their personal lives. But I definitely see that, as we all know, mental health is an issue with all humans, no matter your age, but it's definitely something that exists within teenagers that need help. I think one of the other things that I notice is depression, right? Kind of the sense of loneliness that exists in some of the teenagers that I've worked with. It can be very hard because when you're not feeling emotionally or mentally well, you feel alone. You feel like you're the only one, when in fact, there are so many other people that are going through similar things.
I see the students at IAL dealing with a variety of mental health issues. Unfortunately, a lot of students try to label themselves and put names to things they're feeling, and many times that's dangerous to me as an adult, hearing things being labeled rather than trying to just explore how they're feeling and what they're experiencing. And instead they're trying to put a name like depression, anxiety on things, and sometimes that pushes them to a direction of misunderstanding rather than understanding who they really are and what they're feeling and how it interacts with others in our community.
So here in high school or in any school really, at different points in your life, you're always going to struggle with some kind of mental health issue. Like here at IAL, especially because I've been here for so long now, going on 5 years, I got to see firsthand a lot of the different ways, especially in this such unique environment and community, what are some ways that we could kind of improve on our health mentally here. And so I feel that we have a great support system. We have a lot of teachers that are willing to be an ear a hand, a hug, anything that you need. We have wonderful counselors who are also available that are really helpful with letting us know some of our deeper issues that we may not even be aware of. Nobody is too old, too young, or too successful or not successful to receive help mentally.
The biggest thing we can do as a community around mental health issues is to keep the conversations going. Keep asking questions, keep talking to students, keep letting them ask the hard questions and having the conversations that are important to them around it, and letting them learn about these issues and how they affect their lives going forward.
I really do think Inwood is very lucky because we have so much support. So I'm part of a team called the Student Support Team, where there are 4 grade level counselors. Miss Sandra is the 9th grade counselor, Miss Audrey is the 10th grade counselor, I'm the 11th grade counselor, and then we have Mr. George, who is the 12th grade counselor. In addition to that, we have 2 social workers, and then we also have 2 social work interns. And part of that team is also the deans and the directors and our supervisors who work with us to find plans to support you guys. You guys are have access to us by just coming into the office or emailing us for a session. You're more than welcome to speak to anyone on the team. You can also email us to schedule something so we can talk about it. If we feel that you need more support like therapy, we're more than happy to make a referral to a clinic to see if you can get that resource as well. Okay. The social workers that we have on board, we have Miss Francine, we have Mr. Angelo, we have 2 social work interns. One is Miss Rose Daly, and the other one is Miss Melanie, who's here only 3 days a week.
Nursery.